Well, I always wanted to make movies. That was always my main goal in life.
Really? Before music?
Well, let me back it up. I loved everything equally, but as a kid, it all seemed unattainable. So it was all a fantasy. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to Hollywood and make movies. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have a band. Like, no, you're not. You're just living in some crap town. You're going to do nothing is what it felt. Growing up, I mean, it's like you can have a crappy band in the garage with your friends, but it's not going to do a thing. And then we had a Super 8 camera, so we'd make crappy Super 8 movies. But none of it seemed realistic. I thought my life was going to be, world's worst bike messenger in New York City. That seemed to be what I was destined for. But then as the band started taking off, which seemed odd on its own, and there was a chance to make music videos. I'm like, fuck it, I'm directing these music videos. This will be film school for me, and that's what it sort of became. I was so shy, and I wouldn't even want to talk to people on the phone when I was a kid, because that was too much.
Yeah.
That one day I realized, this is how I realized it one day. Like in high school, I didn't associate with anyone. Like, no one remembers me because I was just invisible. But me and my friends were sort of like into punk rock, like in a place where like no one knew what that was. That was just like. And then the day we graduated, we were at like hanging out around McDonald's, and the main asshole jock kid came up who would be your worst enemy. And he started like, hey man, I'm going to college. Where do you guys get like your cool clothes and stuff? Like, wait a minute. It was 4 years of torture from you and your douchebag friends, and now the day we graduate, you're like, hey, you guys were... So that's what I do. Everyone's so fucking insecure, it doesn't matter. And then that next day, I was like, I don't care anymore.
Oh, that's cool.
The way it went down was... This is a funny story, too. I made my first movie, House of a Thousand Corpses, at Universal Studios. And it was 2000. It could have been even the tail end of 1999. I'm not sure. So I made the movie with Universal Studios. And once they screened it, we had our test screening, which I thought went great. What do I know? The head of Universal at the time came up to me and was like, we have to talk tomorrow. So the next day they dumped the movie and, just basically booted us out. Which is funny now, if you go to Universal Studios, Hollywood, or Orlando, there's a huge House of a Thousand Corpses event going on in both theme parks.
That's hilarious.
I was there for the grand opening, like, that's funny. Again, like, it's like a train. It's like, I get fired from here, and now, 20 years later, it's a theme park attraction in the exact place I got fired from.
Wow.
Which is so weird. It's been a long journey because, like, when my first movie came out, I think every review basically said something along the lines of, worst movie ever made. I hate this movie. And now people are like, dude, that's your best movie. Like, you've been chasing it ever since. So it's just weird how... Same with White Zombie. When our first Geffen... I still remember this. Our first Geffen record came out. I saw the first review. It was this magazine, Alternative Press, who 2 years ago gave me this Lifetime Achievement Award, and I had to read the review while I accepted the award. The review said, this is the worst band ever. Ignore this band. I used to be upset by reviews until I saw who wrote them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.